some of the 1,600 defendants here were really only charged with trespassing. And when you look at the profiles, University of Chicago did a study. Half of those who broke into the Capitol were white-collar workers. They were small business owners. Didn't necessarily have a criminal record. When you look at that profile, you said intention. It was the intention itself you think that needs to be considered, more so than the crime, you know, that it casts the crime itself of trespassing in a different light for you.
Well, the president said he would go on a case-by-case basis.
Right.
So I assume that some of those people may not have engaged in the violent activities that some of the others did. Look at this beautiful Capitol, the dome built by Lincoln. Under Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War, they said, don't build the dome. It takes too much steel and manpower, they said, from the war effort. And he said, no, I have to show the resilience of America. Mm-hmm. And then under that dome, you saw flags that, you know, and we cannot be in denial about what it was. If the president's going to go on a case-by-case basis, I hope he does. And then maybe
trespassers you would be comfortable with pardoning.
Well, it depends on how they define what that is. But but I know that some of that encouragement and then the follow-up that so many people were threatened, including me, and to my home, looking for me and finding my husband, and as I say, who still suffers from head injuries on that day. So these things don't just happen and go away when you have a head injury.
Right.
But anyway, to see the threat to so many people in elective office, you know, going beyond me, but so many people in elective office, it shouldn't be a threat to your family that you have chosen to do public service.
You wrote in your book about that extremism is having a chilling effect on new talent and anyone running for office. Well,
I certainly hope not. But over the years, when I was encouraging people to run for office, especially women, they would say, we could never take the abuse that you take. And that was really just abuse. It wasn't physical. It was criticism and the rest of that. And we don't want our children subjected to that. And yes, I do think it will have a negative impact on people running for public office. Just, you know, in other words, if you're a mom and they go after you as a mom, and your child comes home crying from school because somebody said a negative thing because they saw it on TV, that the other side said something bad about you, you might not run for office.
So you think it will discourage particularly women?
Particularly women.
From running?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I know that it has, but I hope that it will not, that we will shine a bright light on this and just say, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. See, for women, women are known to be more, shall we say, ethical than men. And so when they go after women candidates, they go after their ethics. And they'll say this, that, and the other thing. And then the child comes home from school crying because somebody said a bad thing about mom on TV. And nobody wants that. So hopefully the bright light shining on that will reduce that. But I think that women have proven that they are more ethical, and that they are, well, maybe they're not more ethical, they're all ethical, but that they can withstand that criticism.